Hello everybody, my name is Tucker, and today we are diving into the story of The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, Chapter 1, releasing in 2020 by Skydance Interactive. This was like the first zombie VR game ever, and is an amazing VR game, and I recommend you go play this. Anyways, let's just dive into the story. The story kicks off at Orleans Parish Bayou, about a week before the actual story kicks off. But anyways, you are the tourist and you meet Henri with your partner. Henri is your companion and you saved him from a horde of walkers at one point. He tells you about New Orleans, the place you're heading, and how there are two factions, the Tower and the Reclaimed. But what everybody's trying to get is the Reserve. The Reserve is a military bunker with a bunch of supplies, guns, and food. No one knows where it is, but everybody's trying to get it. Anyways, once you get to Henri's resting place, you'll notice that he's dead and that there are a bunch of Tower and Reclaimed. It's due to Henri knowing May. May is a traitor to the Tower faction, an exile, but she has one thing they don't, the key to the Reserve. And May is a good person. She's helping out exiles from the Tower. The Tower have been getting rid of people, and she's just trying to save them. But since Henri was working with her, he's dead. But he left a note that he knows how to get in contact with the Reserve. There's some people in the Reserve, and he knows how to get contact with them. The tourist just has to fix the radio. After repairing it, you go to channel 61 and say the secret code, Waterfall. There, you'll meet a guy named Casey. He's the only one in the bunker right now, but he's a little edgy about you and a little sus about you. So you talk about whether you're alone or not, and he knows he's in the Reserve and he tells you about that. But then there's a loud crash and it seems that somebody has broken into the place. So you investigate the place and realize that it's May. She doesn't know that Henri's dead, but she has a favor. She needs to get intel from the Tower to know when the exiles are getting exiled so that she can save them. She also talks about how she saved some the other day. After giving her the intel, a day later, she'll want to meet face to face. So she'll open St. Vincent's Church. She also realizes that Henri is dead, and the only reason she wants to meet face to face is so that she can trust the tourist. After chatting about favors and the exiles, she will ask you to gather more intel from another Tower base. After dropping it off, Casey also has a favor. He wants you to get a pump flow regulator. Why? Well, his comm room is slowly flooding, but the problem is, the Tower has it, so you have to steal it from them. After getting the pump flow regulator, you'll need to calibrate it with Casey. Then you need to put it in here, and that's one of 3. After installing that last one in, Casey will tell you about another one. This time the Reclaimed has it, in a locked building. Only problem is that it's locked and there are a ton of walkers in it. You'll then have to calibrate it once again, and install it once again. But remember, May has the Reserve key, so you have to do her favors. This time there's more intel about the exiles in Old Town. After dropping it off, Casey will talk to you again. This time he wants to find his old companions, Kenneth and his other members. The reason they left was to fix the water pressure, but they never came back. But after going to Rampart and finding Kenneth, he'll tell you why. He decided to kill the other 3 members. Why? Well, on the day the walkers started walking, they were ordered to not let anybody in the bunker. So, in case he didn't want to shoot people, but the others made him do it. And they were laughing and smiling, enjoying it. So, Kenneth killed them. And, well, he got trapped under some rubble and has to die. When you get back home, you tell Casey about the news. And he feels sad for Kenneth, but not for the others. But Casey has news and where the pump regulator is. Last one. But May has another request in the Shallows, the Blue House. After dropping it off, May has one more thing for you. They want to meet face to face again because what they're about to do is big. They're about to save a bunch of exiles. In the same place as last time, May discusses her plans to save the exiles, and how there's going to be a lot of them. After that, you'll be tasked to get the last pump flow regulator. Problem is, JB has it. He's the leader of the Reclaimed. he has one task for you. He wants you to destroy the reserve. He has a reserve code to flood both rooms that Casey's in and the armory. He will only give it to you if you kill Georgia and destroy or promise to destroy the reserve. Now, depending on which way you got it, doesn't really matter. As long as you have it, you install it, calibrate it, and that's all. So Casey starts the flood thing, or not getting rid of the flood. Getting rid of the flood. Problem is that it activates the floodlights, and now everyone is going to know where the reserve is. But when you get there, you'll see May's daughter's dead, and the exile in her room had done this. They wanted to get back in the tower, so they thought if they could turn May in, they would get back in. But everything went wrong. After dealing with that, though, you have a choice. You can either listen to what JB said, flood Casey, killing him, and flood the armory, destroying the reserve. Or you could flood the armory, letting Casey live, but barely any supplies for you. Or you could kill Casey, getting you lifetime supply of stuff. This player decided to save Casey. So you'll meet the room with May. She has the bell. Ringing that bell is going to kill everybody out there by bringing the walkers. Every last one of them. Casey is trying to convince her not to, but it's up to you. Are you going to kill Casey? Let May kill everybody out there? Or are you going to kill May? Saving everybody. It's a tough choice, but after making the choice, you scrounge up any supplies left and proceed to leave. There is an Aftershock DLC though. Doesn't really have any story with it, but all it is that the reserve is back. National Guard things are around with supplies, tons of them in it. And there's not a lot of story in the DLC. But anyways, I'm sorry that this was a shorter one than most. But anyways, I'm Tucker, and I'll see you next week.